Hi everybody, welcome to Rose Call Tarot. This is Melody, and this video is for the week of today, February 17th through February 23rd, 2019. And this is for the element of air. Libra, Gemini, and Aquarius. I had to think about that, huh? Alright, so this is a pick a crow reading, so you're going to have the choice to pick one crow, two crows, or all three crows. You just take what resonates and leave the rest on my desk. All right, so again, this is a pick a crow reading. If you would like something more personal to yourself, you can contact me at acrowscall@gmail.com or hit one of the links in the lower right hand corner of my channel. One will take you to my Facebook page, Sacred Circle of the Crows. The other one will take you to my Patreon page where you can book a reading there as well. You can ask a question. Those are all one-time fees. Or you can actually book for a monthly subscription and get every monthly. I believe I have one set up for bi-weekly, which is every other week, which would make it more personal to you as a Patreon or patron. Sorry about that. So with that being said, let's get started. Pick a crow number 1. All right, so what's the first thing you want to discuss this week for the element of air, Spirit? What is it? What, pick a crow number 1. What's the crow, the first crow, what subject do they want to address for the elements of air for this week, Spirit? The elements of air. Well, there we go. So we got desert passage. Desert passage. Trust there's a divine plan. All right. So if you look, the gentleman just walked through, like he walked through that door. However, it's desert. There's nothing out there. But you need to trust that there is a reason why you are not seeing anything as you're looking across that desert. You need to trust in the plan of the divine, that there is something out there for you. Even though you can't quite see it yet, but you need to just trust it. You need to trust that the divine definitely has something in store for you. So let's clarify this. What is it that, what divine plan is there for the element of air for this week? What is the divine plan? Element of air. Libra, Gemini, and Aquarius. Libra, Gemini, and Aquarius. What is the plan? Alright, so we got the Chariot, which is about movement. It's about movement forward. It's about perhaps traveling. So what I'm getting from this is, even though you really can't quite see what's ahead of you yet, you're still moving forward, okay? And with the next card, we have Judgment. So I do feel that you are being called to move forward regardless of what you see ahead of you or not. You're being called to your divine I'm trying to think of the word I want to use. The divine is calling you into judgment. They're calling you into your divine purpose, is what I feel. And they're calling you to move into it. Regardless of whether or not you can see it or not, you're being called to move towards it, is what I feel. And now we have the Two of Wands. And it's kind of cool that the Two of Wands is here, because look at the crystal ball in this divine feminine's hand. This feminine energy. I'm really feeling a feminine energy, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, okay? And so I do feel they you're even though you're not quite clear of which path to take as you're walking through this door, I feel that you are definitely being called to move, even though you are being called into your divine spiritual purpose. Okay. And that's why this feminine is looking at the crystal ball, because she's actually trying to see which path she wants to move towards. Okay. Is she going to move towards the one that's for her highest good, or is she going to move towards the one that there is nothing that suits her? Okay, but I do feel that she is being called to move forward, and to make the choice to move forward, to following her soul's calling, is what I feel. I do feel that the divine is they are actually pushing her to move forward. I'm saying her because I'm feeling a feminine energy on here. I'm feeling that the divine is actually asking her to keep moving forward, even though she's not really sure what's ahead of her. Okay. But I do feel that she is actually listening to the divine, because they are actually saying, okay, you're being called into your life's purpose, is what I feel. Okay. So for this week, perhaps Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, pick a card. Number one is telling you, whoever chose this one, I feel that you're being called into your life's purpose, and the divine is asking you to move into it, regardless of whether or not you can see what is in that crystal ball or not. They're still asking you to make the choice to move forward into what you're being called into, like your divine reason for being down here as a human. Okay. So let's pull a Romance Angel Oracle card. Well, we got two. All right. Yes. Worth waiting for. Divine timing is at work in your love life. Okay. Well, this is precisely there is a divine plan, and yeah, it's divine timing is at work. Okay. And that's why you're being called into your life's purpose. Okay. And I do feel that perhaps your life's purpose could be to be in a relationship. Okay. But divine timing is definitely in hand for whoever pick a crow number one. Okay. And they want you to retreat. It's time to disconnect from the world. Okay. Now it does show a couple on here, but it doesn't necessarily have to be a couple. Okay. Aries, or yeah, Aries. Oh my goodness. Libra, Gemini, Aquarius. You may want to watch the fire sign reading. For some reason, they're pushing fire into my head. Okay. So I do feel that divine timing is at hand, and he wants you to retreat because you are being called into your life's purpose. You need to make the choice to make that move, is what I feel. Okay. The divine is calling you. They're calling you to follow your life's purpose. Okay. So the person that you're romantically connected to, what do they have to say? I've thought a lot about you lately, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. So whomever you are connected to has been thinking about you. And, let's see. I've thought a lot about you lately. So let's clarify that. What have they been thinking about while they're in solitude? So there's two cards of retreating. Retreat, disconnect from the world, go into solitude, listen to, because you're being called into your life's purpose. Divine is calling you in. You got two cards of divine timing and trust in the divine, because the divine is telling you to retreat and to go into solitude. So I feel whomever you're romantically connected to is also in solitude. That's why there's a couple on there. I felt that you both went into solitude and to think about things. But I do feel that the divine has something to do with that. I feel that you are being called into your life's purpose. That's what I feel. All right. Pick a crow number two. All right. So what What does crow number 2 want to bring forward for the elements of air? What does pick a crow? Well, alrighty. Fogged in. Go slow and take your time. Now, if you remember, that spirit is telling you to retreat, to go into solitude, and to go slow. And look, you got the boat on the emotions. Even though you can't quite see, like I said, you can't quite see what is ahead of you because everything is blank up in there. You can't quite see what is ahead of you. They're telling you to go slow. Don't run through the desert and trip and fall on your face because that's not going to get you anywhere. Go within, go slow with perhaps your emotions, moving with your emotions is what I felt. So go slow, take time, retreat, go into solitude because you're all fogged in. You're not quite seeing things clearly yet. And that's why the divine is calling you into your life's purpose. They want you to go within and answer that call is what I feel, air signs. Okay. So, whoa. Can we have some clarifications on fogged in? Go slow, take time. What does that mean? Can we have some further? Oh, okay. Take your time when it comes to perhaps a message here in the 3D world. Maybe you want to communicate something, air signs, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, and you want the spirit is telling you that things are still a little foggy. Take your time with whatever you're trying to communicate is what I feel. Okay. So let's move on and see if anything else wants to come flying out. Oh, there we go. Yeah. They're telling you before you communicate something, get clarity. Okay. Take your time. Oh, absolutely. All right. So while things are foggy and you need to go slow and take your time before you rush in and communicate something with the Page of Pentacles, that's a message coming in here in the 3D world as Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Okay. And they're telling you to, with the Hanged Man and the Ace of Swords, to just pause for a second. Just pause, slow down, suspend this message that you are trying to bring forward in the 3D world and make sure that you get some clarity. Okay. See things from a different perspective. Gain some kind of enlightenment and clarity on this message here in the 3D world. Gain some kind of enlightenment and clarity on something you want to communicate here. But always go slow and take your time. Don't rush in until things are clear, until you're able to communicate clearly what you want to say, I feel, because things are a little cloudy. And that's why they're telling you, go slow, suspend something, pause, slow down so that you can see things from a different perspective and communicate clearly. Communicate this message clearly. But you need to gain some kind of enlightenment, is what I feel. Okay. Wait, so let's pull Romance Angel card. Romance Angels. What message do you have concerning love for Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius? Oh. Attraction, or chemistry, I mean. There is a strong magnetic attraction here. So that's why they're telling you to go slow. Pause, gain some clarity before you rush in and communicate something that perhaps you may regret at a later date. Because there is a strong magnetic attraction here. Okay. So let's pull a message card for Pick a Crow number 2. Message card. I want to be authentic. I am no longer afraid. So perhaps that's why, they're telling you to slow down. Before you communicate this, slow down and make sure you got clarity. Make sure you are ready to be authentic, okay? And being apart has been life-changing for me. So I feel that they want to be authentic and they're no longer afraid. And the reason why they're ready to come forward and being authentic is because being apart has changed their life. Okay. That's what I feel. All right. So let's clarify these cards. Let's get some clarity on I want to be authentic. I am no longer afraid. And being apart has changed my life. Absolutely. Okay. So I feel that they want to take action, okay, and they're going to settle for well, let's see. I feel that they want to take action, but they're going to settle for being authentic, is what they're telling me, okay? And yes, settling for nothing but being authentic is what you need to do. Settling for keeping your heart on a string is what I feel, okay? So I feel that yes, they want to come forward and they want to be authentic because they're no longer afraid. They want to take action coming towards you, but being apart has been changing on their life, and they see that settling for keeping your heart on a string it has changed them. They are seeing things from a different perspective. That's why I feel that spirit is telling them that they yes, there's chemistry, there's a strong magnetic attraction, but be careful what you communicate here in the 3D world. Make sure that you're clear when you're communicating this. Make sure that you're seeing things from a different perspective, and they feel that you are, because being apart has changed them, is what I feel. All right. So for Pick a Crow number 3, let's move on. All right. So what subject is Pick a Crow number 3 bringing forward for the element of air for this week? Okay. Element of air. Overcoming obstacles. You can overcome anything. So if you remember, the last message was, to slow down. Things are fogged in. You need to find some clarity before you need to communicate clearly. Make sure that you see things from a different perspective before you communicate anything, okay? So they're telling you, spirit's telling you, overcoming obstacles. You can overcome anything. All right. And I feel that you can if you take your time and you speak clearly and you become authentic. All right. So let's clarify overcoming obstacles. You can overcome anything. So what's this about for Pick a Crow number 3 for the element of air for this week's spirit? I feel. All right. So let's get some clarification. All right. So overcoming obstacles, you can overcome anything. And that's why I feel that this 8 of Swords is out there. Spirit is telling you, you can overcome this obstacle of being trapped in your head. It's just an illusion. You are not really trapped in your head. It's just an obstacle that you can overcome. And how can you overcome that obstacle? By going within and fulfilling your own cups. Okay, with the 9 of Cups. Nines are about going within, going within yourself, being in solitude. Okay, and if you look, there is just one feminine on this card, and look, she goes from being all in this thought process and trapped in her head, and she feels that these swords are too far away to cut herself free, to overcoming this obstacle and fulfilling her own cups. fulfilling her own wishes and making sure that, the only cup left to fulfill is the 10th cup. Okay, so the 8th cup, she's walked away from things that no longer serve her. The 9 of cups is that she has fulfilled that 9th cup. She has fulfilled her own wishes. And what she has perhaps wished for is to break free of this thought pattern. And Spirit is telling you that you can do this. You can overcome anything. You can overcome this 8 of Swords energy, being this obstacle of being trapped in your head, and you can fulfill your own wishes, is what I feel Spirit is telling you. All right, so let's pull a Romance Angel Oracle card. Whoa. Oh. All right. Finances and career. Financial issues are a factor in your love life right now. So perhaps that's why you're a bit trapped in your head. And you can overcome the obstacles yourself of your own finances, is what I feel. Okay. You can overcome that obstacle too, of being, you know, having issues financially as far as a career change. You have the ability to break free of them issues and fulfill your own cups when it comes to your finances and your career. All right. So let's pull a twin flame message for Pick a Crow number 3 for the elements of air. Elements of air. Elements of air. What would you like to say to the element of air? Oh, there's a whole bunch of them. Ah, this one's standing straight up. Look. I don't know if you can see that. See, look, it's standing straight up. All right. So, I can't seem to find the right words to say to you right now. All right. So, that could be a reason why you're all trapped up in your head, or whomever you are romantically attached to is all trapped up in their head. Okay. So let's see, what words can they not say? So I feel that they're observing things. Perhaps they're observing you from a distance. Okay. And they're observing you because they just can't find the right words to say to you. So I do feel that they're observing you breaking free of these obstacles and, overcoming and fulfilling your own wishes. I feel that they are observing that. Perhaps they are online because this is an air sign. Perhaps they are watching you online. Okay. So I got family and divine timing. So I do feel that they could be observing you as part of their family. And it has everything to do something with timing. So this is the second message, I believe, with timing in it. Yes. Remember, Desert Passage with the Crow number 1 when it comes to timing. I do feel that, and look, divine timing is at hand. So this is the second message of divine timing, air signs. So there is something coming this week that is divinely timed for you. Perhaps it has something to do with your finances and career. Perhaps you're going to overcome this obstacle and maybe find a different job this week, or find a different career, or find a better paying job. And it's all going to be overcame, is what I feel for you, element of air, Libra, Gemini, and Aquarius. All right. Well, thank you for watching, and blessed be from the Crow's Priestess.